All right. I want you to take a good look. All right. You can bet your bottom dollar, and then the one under that, that everyone at NetherRealm clapped for themselves about the stunning and brave of what they've done with the gender bending of Cyrax and Sector, aka Sextoy and Tampax. Right? Now, I did put out a video. I did get Cyrax's original birthplace wrong. And what's funny though, is that they changed it. Right? Why did they change it from Botswana to Niger? That's a really interesting thing, right? Of course, that's not the most egregious part. Gender swapping the characters, copying the Wakanda model to a T, Iron Man or Ironheart type suits, like it's all just absolute joke. But this doesn't sell video games, and maybe all the weirdos out there with, you know, pronouns in your bio might do it for you. Usually they can't afford games because they spend all their money on, you know, drugs to make their dick shrink. Anyway, but I want you to watch. Now, this is the Mai Shirai Nui. Is that how you say it last name? I only just went with Mai, right? Now, SNK are just, well, they're just winning, right? Now, this is her, I'm assuming it's probably her main outfit. At least, it's definitely one of her main outfits, right? Immediately, it's sexy, right? They're not squaring out her ass. They're not like trying to cover the boob window with another piece of fabric because apparently looking at boobs is somehow terrible. But this is all, you know, Marxist crap. And then for the love of whole that is holy, they give us her original outfit. Now I know some of you might be a little bit embarrassed watching this in front of the wife, right? But you don't have to, right? So, and this was a while ago. This is 2 months ago. I'm planning to do a video on it, but as it turns out, I decided to include it into this one, right? And this is the B Janet trailer, right? One of the first few character reveals that we got. I mean, you know, I think she just hit someone with her ass. They just don't care. Like, they just, SNK are just like, man, we just, what? No, we don't care. No, we want to make our sexy women, right? And it's not like they're making the dudes twinks either. Obviously, the dudes, you know, kick-ass looking and stuff like that, right? But it's just, it's so fascinating, right? How, you know, the Japanese, by and large, now I will not include Capcom here. I mean, the Cammy outfit is pretty sexy, right? But some of the new female characters that they put into Street Fighter 6 didn't overly do it for me. And I think it's because Capcom is slightly compromised with DEI stuff, right? Which is a shame. It's a very big shame, right? But you look at, like, just now once you've seen that greatness, right? Right? Is it, where did it go? Yeah, here we go. Like, this is what we have to deal with, right? This is just, NetherRealm are terrified. They are terrified of this, right? Terrified. But they're not actually terrified. I don't think they're terrified, right? Because they'd always, you know, I'm assuming all the straight dudes have wives, girlfriends, you know. Although they're probably, you know, they probably have to ask permission. Is it okay if I hold your hand, love? You know, right? Some real soft shit. Swing, not be shing, right? And then, bro, SNK are just winning, right? Just give them the award. Fighting game of the you know, century, right? By the way, apparently, and I've had some people tell me. Apparently, there's been some mistranslation. Apparently, it's 17 characters based roster, but because apparently the season 1 pass is free, right? Then yeah, it's actually 22 characters. So if that's true, I do apologize. So that's, you know, apparently that was a mistranslation or whatever. Again, let me know if that's true or not, but whatever. Now, I've seen other comments too about the Fatal Fury video I did like a day or so ago about the, what do you call it? You know, presentation and everything is key. You know, like when you load the game up and how it looks, it all matters, right? Now, apart from the 3 weirdos on Twitter and the entirety forum of Reset Era, who are a bunch of like fucking degenerates, normal people, you know, normal people, right? That's the rest of the world, are gonna look at this and go, this looks badass. And particularly if you're a Fatal Fury fan, you're gonna be like super, super happy with it. And especially, right, if you do love some good old-fashioned fan service. And even with the fan, this is the funny part, right? Even with the fan service. Yeah, Cammy gets a pass in Street Fighter 6 because even her normal, like her default outfit is pretty sexy, right? And then she's got her classic one. But they gave Mai like this. Now, I don't know if she's got this in other SNK games, I'm not sure. But it's an amazing outfit, right? Just, it's almost like a black assassin leather, you know, outfit. Anyway, swing. So this, and then and of course, you know, the class. I'm getting distracted, man. I'm getting distracted big time, right? So yeah. Anyway, I want to know now. I like there. You know how sad this is, right? Just to finalize, right? It's sad because go away, man. It's sad because we legitimately have a bunch of grown men who defend the women's attractiveness in Mortal Kombat, right? They defend it because, well, I think there's some genders going here, right? I think they're trying to make sure they cover their bases by making sure that they don't get locked out of Warner Brothers and NetherRealm loving, you know, if you will, from, you know, from these companies in case they have opportunities that they can take advantage of, which is so freaking sad, right? This is the thing that really bugs me the most with NetherRealm is not just the Sweet Baby Ink stuff, but the fact that they're copying Marvel Phase 4. They are literally thinking that they are just so amazing that they're going to take a phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that completely cratered everything that they brought before it and go, you know, that's a fucking great idea. Let's just copy that. That's a pile of shit. Let's just times that by 2. That's what they're doing. And then you look at this, man, and you look at this, you know it's going to be a great, well, I think it's going to be a great fighting game, right? It certainly looks like they're going, you know, balls to the wall with it. You know, apart from, like, say, Reset Era and some of these weirdos with they, thems in their bio, nobody's looking at this and going, oh, gee whiz, you know, like, you know, you just took it too far. Listen, we used to have chicks dressed like this in Mortal Kombat, right? It wasn't that long ago, MK9, right? Just within the span of just over 10 years, we have gone from essentially getting outfits that were very revealing and sexy. Yeah, you can do your alternate outfits where they're more covered up, you know, a little bit more sort of, you know, what would it be like if they were walking around the world, you know, sort of type outfit, which is, I think, is what Street Fighter 6 kind of went for, right? Kind of. I think that's why we got some of like the streetwear and stuff, you know, like with Ken and Cammy and stuff, you know, things like that, right? Guile. But then they give you the original outfit or alternate outfits or whatever that's more classic, you know, to the character, which is exactly what they're doing here, right? Which I think is great. It's great fan service all around. But they haven't compromised, at least in both B. Jenna and Mai, they haven't compromised the outfit. They're not afraid of tits, Ed Moon. Right? Cleavage might scare you, but most men are not afraid of the booba. Unless you're gay. Right? And then obviously, well, that's understandable. Right? But it's not just the booba. I mean, these chicks look amazing. Now, you'll also get these weirdos who they look like dolls. Dude, if that's what it means to actually have a female look like a female instead of some troglodyte, fucking degenerate, you know, piece of filth that looks like he got hit in the face a couple of times with a spade, then yes, I will happily take the doll look. I don't think these characters look like dolls. I know they said that a lot with Dead or Alive 5 characters, right, and Dead or Alive 6, and then Dead or Alive 6 actually pulled some stuff back too, because this is what happens when you get these activists, you hire these activists for these companies, and they're like, oh, you know, we don't objectify women, you know, we don't need no man in the game, blah, 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 right? And then you end up with, you know, Mortal Kombat 1. Or Mortal Kombat 11. Or Mortal Kombat 10. Right? That's why MK9 was so loved, you know, just from an aesthetic reason. Right? It's still... I know this sounds really weird, right? But we're not getting ultra-realistic graphics here in Fatal Fury. We're not getting ultra-realistic graphics in, say, you know, maybe a little bit in Street Fighter. Definitely more so in Tekken 8. But you can still tell it's a video game, right? Now, I know it sounds like a weird thing to say, but I have a point where I'm going with this. With MK1, right, obviously it's still a video game, but they obviously changed Shift 2 to making it so that, oh, we need to make everything realistic. If these people are walking around, they need to be wearing something that they would walk around with, you know, out there in the world that they live in. Or, you know, now that we're going for this dead-on realistic approach, we need to make all the fatalities as gory and as detailed as gruesome and disgusting as possible. And I hate it. Because now, like fatalities to me never used to gross me out. And they don't, it's not so much gross me out, it's just, I just go, look, man, this is fucking unnecessary, right? Just fatalities for me were like, oh my god, you know, and they were quick and they were fast. I know I was double positive there, but you know, you get what I'm saying, right? Short and to the point, right? Like some of these they-them penises. Short and to the point. Anyway, so what you have, right, you have MK9, right, which is amazing. And now SNK, who are reading the room and going, listen, why? We got, and it's not just B Jetta and Mai, like there's some other females in there as well that I think look pretty attractive too. Right, they've done a really good job. I mean, the whole game looks amazing. But this is what happens. Like, this is what happens when, you know, you just shut out the fucking weirdos who don't buy your games anyway, right? Could you imagine, like, seriously, go to Reset Era if you want to watch a bunch of people cry, right? They sit there and they act like showing this sort of stuff is the same as committing, like, an SA. An SA, you know, like naughty assault. Get what I'm saying? Right? This is how they behave. This is how these weirdos on Twitter behave. You know, the reason why they behave that way is because they don't want straight men liking attractive women. These are all degenerates, right? These degenerates want them to be the focal point of them. That's why they, in these games, like not this game, but in like Mortal Kombat and other games out there that have been done in the West and have Sweet Baby Ink involved, they masculinize the faces. They hide the boobs. They take away everything that's feminine because they are hoping to try and say, well, if you can find this chick attractive still, even though she's got manly features, well, here I've got a trans woman to show you. And it's like, listen, man, listen, right? Mutton dressed up as lamb and all that shit, right? I don't dig the plumbing. You know what I'm saying? Right? It's the wrong plumbing. Okay? I don't share the same plumbing. I want the different plumbing. Right? You get what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm done. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think. Catch you next time.
Okay, number one.